It's Matt Wentz from Regional Weather. I hope you're doing well. Listen, this whole week I've been looking at some things in the models that show maybe some changes next weekend. And, we could have talked about them a little bit earlier. We could have talked about them on Tuesday or Wednesday. But I wanted to make sure the models had a good handle on what was going on before I gave you the information. Now that it's Friday evening, we have the information and it's getting a little bit more of a clear picture of what's going to happen in the extended forecasts. And I don't know if you've heard, maybe you haven't. We've got a really nice week out ahead of us, great weekend over the next 2 days. And then things change at the end of all that. So we're going to do a new kind of quick segment here tonight. It's going to be called The Long Ranger. But first, we've got this for you. And there's a little background music as well. I don't know if you can even hear that. Anyway, so I'll make this quick because it's Friday night. I know you've got stuff going on. Jeff, hello to you. Tyler says it's summer over now. Tyler, no, summer's actually coming back. Maxwell's with us as well. All right, let's get to it. Thank our sponsors above, as always. Here we go. So in terms of the weather pattern across, Jay's with us too. Hi, Jay. Hello, Phoebe. Good to be with you here this Friday night. All right, so in terms of the models, we're going to be warm this weekend. We know that, right? Beautiful weekend. Please get outside and enjoy it. I was doing a little research in terms of weekends that in October, because this is essentially an October weekend, right? We've got 1 day September. October starts on Sunday. So I was doing research because we know we have a nice weekend ahead. How many October weekends over the past, let's just say 2 years, have been nice? All right. So I wanted to look into that. And by nice, I mean like not raining, okay, and temperatures that are manageable, like not 40s and 50s. 60s are still kind of chilly, but that's okay. And it was only 2 out of the last 8 October weekends over the last couple of years that have been great. So you nail that down to a percentage, that's 25%. So 25% of our October weekends have been good the last 2 years. I don't like those chances, so please get outside and enjoy this weekend. Because who knows what's going to happen next couple weekends. So speaking of that, let's dive in and take a look at this. All right. So here's the modeling right now. This is the Euro. Here's our nice weekend. We have a big ridge. Everything goes up and over in the eastern half of the country. All right. Super comfortable. Temperatures 80 plus perhaps and for multiple days. High pressure starts to give way. System out towards the west. This is Monday. Still nice weather. But the system that's out towards the west will head out into the Rocky Mountains and then eventually come east. And this is going to be the pattern changer of the system, okay? As we look at that here in this Long Ranger. A lot of you are joining right now. Let me run the open one more time just so you guys know what we're getting into here. This segment is called The Long Ranger. I'm just screwing up everything right now. Here we go. Ready? That's why we're talking about the long range. Okay, here we go. So as we go through time, bear with me. I'm trying something new. As we go through time on Wednesday, that's when we start to deal with this front. This next Wednesday. Okay, still warm out ahead of it. Wednesday we bring in showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. By Thursday the front is biased. We're cooler but not cold. But look what's happening off towards the north. There is a sharp north wind developing. There's almost like a secondary area of low pressure that the models are picking up on. And I only talk about this today because it's been consistent in the model. So I believe this is going to happen. And what happens is next Thursday is kind of in between day. Friday is kind of in between. And then Friday night into Saturday, next weekend, this low comes screaming at us from the northwest. And it brings some showers. It brings wind and cool air. And this is going to turn on the lakes, at least temporarily, on Saturday. We'll probably have lake effect showers around. By Sunday, we've got a recovering air mass, and the following week, it's almost like nothing ever happened, okay? So that's what I've got my eyes on. Early on in the model process, a lot of the computer models were showing some snow with this. Yes, snowflakes, showing a rain-snow mix. It's gone away from that, which I expected it to do. It's a little early for that. It could still happen, but it's still a little early. But either way, it just looks like kind of a raw weekend. So the last thing I want to show you, I just, again, want to give you the heads up for next weekend, then I'll answer any questions you have. Last thing I want to show you are temperatures, all right? So here are your high temperatures. If you can't see the numbers, that's okay. I'll read them to you, all right? Reds as you get into this dark orange red, that's 80. So Saturday, tomorrow, we're talking upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Sunday, probably 80, 81 degrees. Lots of sunshine this weekend. 82 or so on Monday, 83 or so on Tuesday. There's Wednesday when the front hits the Euro, saying 86. We'll probably have some clouds with this, so I would probably go low 80s. We'll see. But either way, above average, right? And then here's your kind of cooler air that settles in back behind that. That's Thursday. We're in the 60s to near 70. And then here comes that secondary front with highs in the low 60s next Friday. And then here it hits 50s, mid 50s, maybe upper 50s on Saturday, and a recovery day in the upper 50s on Sunday. All right. It's October. Welcome to October. Let's talk lows real quick. And I just want to go to the juicy stuff. These are your lows. Friday morning waking up, 50 degrees. Saturday morning waking up, upper 40s. Sunday morning waking up, low 40s, maybe some upper 30s. And then Monday morning waking up, mid 40s, okay? So not terribly drastic, but compared to the low 80s, it's going to get cool around here. And that all looks to take place Saturday and Sunday next weekend. So if you're debating something, whether it be a fall fest or some outdoor event or whatever happens to be that goes every weekend, and you can choose between this weekend and next weekend, perhaps, I would choose this weekend, all right? Because next weekend doesn't look that great weather-wise. It's just going to be much cooler. We'll probably have some lake effect showers around, clouds, wind. Not terrible, but not great, all right? So just want to give you that piece of information on this Friday night, okay? If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll let you go tonight. Linda, good evening to you. JD's looking for snow next week. No, JD, not yet, but boy, we're getting close to it. We'll see. Kimberly's happy the hot weather's going away. Good evening to you, Rhonda. Diane's with us, too. Linda loves the music. Very good, Linda. Is it too loud, or is this the right volume? Is this good? Let's see. Mary's with us. Hi, Mary. Deb likes the music. That's great. Victor, I know. We purposely have some background music. Maxwell, good question. Do you think this will be our last 80 on Wednesday? It's interesting. Our last typical day with an 80-degree high is early October, like October 2nd or 3rd. So this may be our last 80. Could we still have 70s from here? Sure. But I am kind of leaning towards the fact that after this cold spell comes in, we do warm up the following week as it looks right now. So we may touch 80 again that week. We'll see. Victor says, what is your winter forecast? Victor, the winter forecast is cold. And here's the deal. And I saved stuff on my desktop here from AccuWeather last year, their winter forecast. Way off. So far off on so many levels. But no one goes back and checks it. So we don't do a winter forecast here because everyone's too lazy to go back and check our work. So there's that. But Victor, it is interesting because the storm track this year, if we're just taking into effect El Nino, which that's not the only factor, that's what a lot of these forecasts go off of. It would keep us less snowy this winter. It would keep all the snow towards the East Coast. But we'll see. I think things can change. And I don't believe that at all. We'll see what happens. Maxwell, you're welcome. And have a wonderful weekend as well. There's that. Okay, I think that's it. So, information for you. It turns much cooler next weekend. All right, we'll have some rain late in the week. We'll talk more about this on Sunday night. We'll go from there. But I'll tell you what, it looks much cooler next weekend with some lake effect showers around and certainly a much different feel to it than what we're dealing with right now. Okay? Victor, yeah, for sure. He's saying most YouTube meteorologists, which I am not a YouTube meteorologist, but they're calling for a mild winter. And that makes sense because they're just basing it on El Nino. But as we know from El Nino's past and La Nina's past, it's not just that. There are all sorts of different factors outside of just the ocean water temperatures off the coast of South America that influence our weather pattern here. So it really is too early to call. We'll wait and see. I would lean milder. I would lean less snow. That's kind of been the trend recently. But again, I'm not calling that. I don't give a winter forecast because we don't know the next 10 days 100% accurately. So I'm not going to tell you what January and February is going to be like. Okay? All right. Sounds good. Well, Linda, what's your comment? Will you be taking song? Oh, like music requests in the future? Maybe. We'll see. Maxwell brings up a really nice point. Very positive news to end us with here on this Friday night. Maxwell says at least 3 more months, and then the days get longer again. Very good, Maxwell. You're right. That is very, very positive. That's good. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. We probably won't have any update forecasts this weekend other than Sunday night. We'll update this cold coming later next week on our typical Region Weather Live, which is Sunday evening, sometime around this time, depending on when we get to bed. All right? Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Get out and enjoy it, okay? Happy